So what is the difference between the Pro Rmk and the Switchback Assault? I'm gonna break it down for you guys. I have my 2019 Pro Rmk 850 and my 2011 Switchback Assault 800. Let's start on the front end. So on the Pro Rmk, we have a very narrow ski stance, which is at 36 inches. It can be adjusted from 36 to 38. Over here at the Switchback Assault, we have a 42.5 inch front ski stance and a front suspension more designed towards trail riding. The narrow front end on the Pro Rmk is obviously gonna make it tippier and more playful. Whereas you look at the wider front end on the Switchback Assault, it is a more trail-based front end. Walker Evans piggyback / clicker shocks, whatever you want to call them. Here we just have your basic Walker Evans racing shocks here. The main difference in your front end is your ski stance and what it's designed to do. This is the React front suspension, which is meant to help improve your carving and side hilling, paired with your super narrow front end. On the Switchback Assault, your front suspension is designed for trail riding, and your ski stance is also obviously designed for trail riding because you wouldn't want this out in the mountains. The handlebar setup of my Switchback Assault and my Rmk are honestly identical. I don't feel a difference in either of them. If anything, I feel like my Rmk's handlebars do sit just a tiny bit higher. It could just be with the way the steering post is or the way the front of the sled is. But other than that, your handlebars are almost identical. And let's also talk about the seating position while we're talking about the seats. The Rmk, you sit more upright on top of the sled, like I said, like a motocross bike. Whereas on the Switchback Assault, you sit more down into the sled, not as so much on top of it, so it's a little bit harder to play with. You have this narrow seat here with a lot of curves and edges to hug your legs as you're like going through trees, side hilling, boondocking, carving, whatever you do with the Rmk. The seat is meant to grip your legs and lock them in. Move to the Switchback Assault, you can see it's a very trail-orientated seat. Like, it has really no curves or no edges to lock your legs in. It's very long, very wide, very cushy. The Rmk, it's short, it's narrow, it's got a lot of different angles to grip your legs, and it's a lot firmer than the Switchback Assault. Seat, I know from experience, is not the most comfortable seat to trail ride on. Like, I mean, obviously this sled isn't meant to trail ride, but if you have to ride trails to get to where you're going, this seat is not the greatest. Whereas this seat is honestly super comfortable. It's just not as aggressive as the Rmk, and I prefer the aggressive seat over the non-aggressive seat. Running boards. So on your Pro Rmk, obviously you're going to be in deeper snow, and you're going to be off trail 99% of the time if you own one and you use it for what it's meant for. So it has these really thin aired out running boards to let snow and ice fall through so it doesn't cake up on your running boards and cause you to slip. Whereas on the Switchback Assault, we're looking over here, you have a lot of grip, a lot of areas for your boots to grip, but not a lot of area for your snow to fall through and ventilate. So over time, if you're riding this in deep snow, it is gonna cake up with snow and ice all along here, and it's gonna be a pain to catch any grip with your boot, and also a pain to remove it. Now we're gonna talk about the skid and the track. The Pro Rmk has a narrow skid and narrow track. The track also has lugs on it for deep snow. This is very light and aired out. It's narrow to help with side hilling, carving, and riding off trail. And the lugs are there for the deep snow to kick it up into the track and also to get traction in the deep powdery snow. If you look at the Switchback Assault, I have a 1 3/8 track. You can get a 2-inch track on these, but obviously the skid and the track are wider. And the skid isn't as light or aired out, it's not as narrow, it's not going to be as playful off trail. This skid and track setup right here is more based on a trail setup, whereas this is obviously purely off trail mountain riding. Then obviously the difference between the Rmk and the Assault is you're going to have a longer tunnel, because on the Rmk you have a longer track, so you have a shorter tunnel on the Switchback Assault because you have a shorter one. And you come to the rear, basically the same rear bumper and same snow flap. The only thing is the Rmk is a little more ventilated than the Switchback Assaults. But other than that, from the rear, they're pretty much the same exact sled. Obviously, there's going to be different gearing between the Pro Rmk and the Switchback Assault. We're not going to get into that today, but that's just another thing to take into consideration. So one other difference between the Switchback Assault and the Pro Rmk, the Switchback Assault is a chain case drive. So that means there's a chain that is actually spinning your track when you press the throttle. On the Pro Rmk, this is actually a belt drive. The belt drive is so much better in my opinion. It is lighter weight, it helps the sled rev up quicker, and has a lower rotational inertia. I'm not going to tell you which sled is best for you, because honestly, I've been riding Rmks my whole life, and this sled right here, the Switchback Assault, is probably better for me than the Rmk. But I am fortunate enough to have both sleds, so I have both. This video is basically just to show you guys the main differences between the Switchback Assault and the Pro Rmk in case you're debating on getting one or the other. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, smash a huge thumbs up on this video. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you decide between a Pro Rmk or a Switchback Assault. Like I always say, if you're new here or you've been watching for a while and you're not ready to subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. To wrap on today's video, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I ain't tripping back no bitch, no, I ain't crashing back no hoe. Bet I rock out with these glizzy like I rock out at the show. Heard you crashing back these bitches, won't you smoke, just let me know. I ain't going back and forth.